Research, Evie Burnett, yay! And Creative Director, Brian Friedman, yay! And joining them, we have in our midst some X Factor superfans who are on our panel who are going to be kicking off. So let's kick the whole thing off then. You're losing all the ones that have staged, aren't you?
I know, it sucks.
Oh, man. What are you going to do? Who are you going to start producing and staging now?
Well, we still have Wagner.
We do.
So
Is he going to be even more crazy?
Well, we had the female booby rub, and then we had the male rubbing the female booby rub.
Right, how can you take it a step further?
I don't know. I'm going to have to sit down and think really hard about this one.
Singing, curveball.
Maybe you could just stand and sing. You could do something else with the singers.
I quite like the fireworks coming out of dancers' backs that we saw
Katy
with
Perry?
Katy. Yeah, do you think you could steal that for some of ours?
That's an expensive trick.
Yeah,
I think we'd be broke if we did that.
OK. Experts, did you feel that the bottom three were a surprise?
In some ways, I mean, I was upset for Storm because I actually think he has got a great voice. I mean, I've been working with him. I hear the voice, and it is a great voice. I think people didn't really take to him. Yeah. Some people were misunderstood, maybe, but, you know, the voice is good.
OK, Michael, back here, is kicking off about that.
Yeah, come on then, Michael.
He can't work the stage.
Can you?
Sometimes, it depends. And he's not the complete package. Both him, you know, that was the right decision, but Wagner should have also gone. Diva Fever should have stayed.
You're not a Wagner fan, are you?
No, I'm not.
Why?
The long hair, the chest, it's not good. It's not good.
Well, you see, how can you say Diva Fever were better than Storm? You see, to me, they're great guys, but, you know, Storm has got a good voice. Diva Fever are lovely, lovely guys, great performers, but no,
oh my gosh,
vocals.
it's going to be fireworks in here. I can hear you two shouting out all the time. What are your thoughts?
Diva Fever knows, like, they can work the stage, they get the audience going, it's like a real production, whereas...
No, but the show's all about the
They all
music,
like Diva
talent, isn't it? And it's, you know, they can get the music going and all that kind of stuff, but you need to give people, the ones that have the talent, that kind of, you know...
So who do you feel has not got the talent?
Oh, Wagner. Really? Yeah, definitely. Well, no, I mean, I feel bad, but I mean, Aidan and Matt are the good ones. And,
so, were you pleased with Storm going out tonight and Diva Fever?
I don't know, it's quite hard, but I think that I just don't think the public get him as much as what he kind of hoped.
Aidan and Matt. You are all Aidan and Matt fans. Can Matt win, do you think?
Yes, definitely. You can take it.
You all say yes, you're big fans. No, you guys have been... Matt's better without the hat. Hush! Let's go back to our experts. Experts, during the week, when you see the performances on the stage, have they been tallying up with rehearsals, or are there any people who you think perform really well until they get on the stage and they're going to come out of their shells?
I've had the other way.
Oh, tell me all.
Paige, in rehearsal, he doesn't give what happens on stage. When he hits the stage, it's a different person. Right. He just is electric.
Yeah, and Tracy was very nervous during the week, and she really didn't think she could sing the song. She was so scared. I was getting scared for her. And then she comes out with that. So, you know, you really sometimes can't tell what's going to happen.
Paige and Tracy come out on stage, so there you have it. A massive thanks to our incredibly noisy panel. Yeah! But now, Sunita and I were catching up the other day over a cup of tea and a raspberry ripple, as you do, and she started telling me this hilarious story about Mr. Cowell. So I said to her, Sunita, you and Simon go back loads. You must have so many funny stories to say about him. And as it turns out, she does. Here's this week's SOS.
I'm Sunita, and this is SOS. Sunita on Simon. This week, I'm going to tell you about the first time I met Simon's mother, Julie Cowell. Simon's a practical joker. He told me his mother was A, an alcoholic, and extremely deaf. So we arrive. This beautiful, gracious lady opens the door. Hello, darling. It's so nice to have you at last. And I'm like, hello, Mrs. Cowell. It's lovely to meet you. She says, oh, don't worry, darling. I'm not deaf, and I'm not an alcoholic. Bruce, where's my champagne?
Oh, Simon Cowell, what a trickster, AAA. Anyway, I am now beyond excitement to be reunited with guest judge extraordinaire from the Dublin auditions. It's beauty queen and teenage dream, Katy Perry. Thank you. love the hair.
Oh, well, thank you. It's a firework hair, of course.
Yeah.
Everything's very themed. Whenever I put out a song, it's very themed, you know. I love that.
We like theatrics.
Yes.
We like the staging.
Me
Brian
too.
Friedman is a big fan of all that. The Catherine wheels that were like exploding on.
I am Catherine originally, so it has a whole nother meaning. So
It's
I am a
deep.
Catherine wheel of sorts.
Absolutely. Do you like it, having all the stage shows and sort of costumes and all the effects?
Yeah, I think it's really handy. I think first and foremost you have to have the talent. That is, you know, what works, and then you put the bells and whistles on top of it. I think you see that in X Factor. You can't just have like the makeup and the stage. I mean, it has to really come from the heart and come from a pure place, and then you can just build upon it. Like my favorite, Rebecca Ferguson, she is just amazing, and obviously she didn't have all these bells and whistles, but she was really striking.
Yeah.
And I watched her eating dinner yesterday.
Oh, were you munching away?
I was having my little baked potato, and I was like, oh my God, she's amazing. She's like Billie Holiday. Wow.
Oh, and what about Mary? What do you think about her? Because she was actually from
yeah.
your auditions in Dublin.
You know, I didn't see her performance necessarily, but I am very encouraged that she's made it through all this way. And, you know, it's cool because I love a unique kind of curveball in the X Factor.
Well, absolutely. People are saying that she
Wagner's
could be the new
confusing. I will
Superman.
say that.
I know. What do you
Confusing.
think of his hair? There's this big thing. Lots of people want his hair to get
I'm sure
cut.
he probably thinks the same thing of my hair. I bless him.
You a fan
Of
Wagner?
X Factor.
Oh yeah, X Factor all the way for sure. So tell us a bit about Simon, because you've been on the panel judging with him. Do you feel that you clash lots, or do you think your tastes are quite similar?
I love Simon. I think he speaks the truth, and it's like unfiltered, you know. And unfortunately, sometimes that hurts. But you know, you're going to get it so many different angles. There's going to be 100, maybe 1,000 Simons if you eventually break into the music industry. So get used to it.
Everyone's got an opinion as well.
Yeah, everyone's got an opinion. Too bad they spend all their time on the internet.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
They can do so much.
Flying around those chat rooms, bah. So are you looking forward to X Factor USA?
Oh my gosh, of course I am. I think it's time. I think we need a refreshing talent competition.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Do you think it'll be
something
the
that's different.
biggest show in the USA?
Well, if
It's
Simon
massive
Cowell
here.
has anything to do with it, I'm sure it will be.
Yes, that's a good note to end on. Thank you so much, Katy Perry.
Thank you.
Woo! Yay, we love her. Now then, the X Factor's a brand new online fan show. The F Factor wants to hear from you. If you're having an X Factor party and you want it to appear on the show, then please email the F Factor at talkbackthames.tv with all your details, and they could be joining you in your living room. How exciting. Anyway, we're going to take another break right now, so go off and make a cuppa, but make it quick, because you do not want to miss part 4 when there's going to be some teary farewells. Oh, I'm welling up already. Don't move. Oof. Welcome back to the Extra Factor, our favourite show on the telly, not just because we work on it.
Did she really just say that?
I was just kidding. Shut it, Brian. Now, earlier on ITV1, we saw Stormly leave the competition. Now,
We love you, Storm.
we do love Storm. It's time now to give him a big ITV2 hug. Put your hands together for Stormly. Storm, oh my gosh, it's so overwhelming, isn't it? How are you feeling?
Well, it's a strange thing. I actually feel quite relieved.
Really?
Yeah, it's quite odd.
Is it like a huge weight has been taken off?
I just felt from day one that I was fighting, I was pushing against a lot of, you know, things that were maybe,
Factors.
So I feel like I presented myself and who I am, and,
Yep.
you know, and I feel good about, you know, I had food poisoning a few days ago, so yesterday's performance was very rough for me. So
Right.
I did my best. You can only do your best in life, and I
Were
feel
you
really good.
surprised that you've come out so early? Were you thinking before the show I might be in the bottom 3, or were you?
I think that, you know, when Simon and some of the judges' comments kept picking on things that I was doing and then praising those same things in other artists in the show, I was starting to feel a little bit, oh, it's
Do you think
my
that
way
wears
out.
off, like onto the voters rather?
You know, I don't know. Probably.
Right.
Because I think it would, I think maybe I got a bit defensive, or
Yeah.
maybe...
Would you have liked less staging, do you think? Do you think, because you've got an amazing,
Why?
amazing voice that maybe didn't come across? We've actually got a call for you on the line. I think Abby's there. Hello,